They go play action here on first down. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Garoppolo with the completion there. He, of course, drafted by these Patriots back in 2014. Spent 3.5 years as the understudy to Tom Brady. And you remember the discussions about, well, we can't keep both of these guys. And it was Garoppolo who departed, traded to San Francisco for a second-round pick back on. And this is caught. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
The fake extra point.
I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
Wisnowski to kick off for San Francisco.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Third on the return. The Patriots take over first and 10.
The New England Patriots had 2 and 3. They fall 18-12 to the visiting Broncos in Week 6. And Cam Newton back in at quarterback. Cam did run for a score, but was not at his best. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Another try after the first down sack. Newton buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He was looking for his tight end, Devin Asiasi there, but now it's third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Out of the gun, Newton. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On the coverage.
Now the second-year punter, Jake Bailey, on for New England. Back deep, Trent Taylor. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. For the 49ers, as they come back out here, they are back to 500 at 3-3. Got a very important win in the division, Week 6, 24-16, holding off the Rams on Sunday night in Santa Clara. First home win for the Niners after 3 straight losses at Levi's Stadium. And remember, they got whacked by the Dolphins a week ago. Jimmy Garoppolo, Charles, playing on an ankle that's not quite 100% yet. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes.
A loss of 8 yards. It's second down.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. 6-0 our score after one.
It's nothing.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
But it brings up third down.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Sliding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brandon Copeland. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down.
Like the footwork back there. I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. He's going to air one out. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, here's Newton. On the left side, a catch by White. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they said,
rush coming, and he's taken down. DJ Jones, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. So now after the sack, Cam of the Patriots going to look up at a 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DJ Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Niners take over 1st and 10. At their own 15.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he's going to sneak it. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
17 yards.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down.
36 yards.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. And now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He'll let this go for the end zone. This is intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Garoppolo's pass.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 3 yards remain for second down.
56,
Here's Newton. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
To return is Taylor. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
33-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. We've got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
That's good for 28 yards.
1st down.
A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
So we have reached halftime here with a visit. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it.
Patriots nothing.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Here's Richie James on the return. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Past midfield, look out. Richie James. And he'll bring it back all the way.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2. It's a run with Mostert. They're going to try and run. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful.
14.
Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Taken in the end zone. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and
pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game.
Oh, had to get it out quickly, but it's blocked. Touchdown, 49ers.
San Francisco.
But they didn't have their normal cushion there in order to punt the ball away. It leads to a lot of anxiety for the team kicking the football.
Well, for the punter, you know that you've got to get rid of that quickly there. Not quick enough.
And also, not stepping behind you and stepping over the end line for a safety. That one gets blocked, and it's 6 points.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Able to get the pressure, get a paw on it, knock it down, and then go and grab it and take it into the end zone. What a play.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Bird now ready to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Cam going to bring the Patriots up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. The drive starts with a run by White. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
11 more on that one and another first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Newton able to get this to his running back, White. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. First down, here's White. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
At the 33-yard
This
line.
offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Newton. Got his man. That's Harry. Nice stiff arm.
Underused.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. N'Keal Harry. His second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Nick Folk for the point after. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's James. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Return. The Niners take over first and 10. At their own 20.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. A big play there for the Niners. 62 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back now in Foxborough. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the... And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, his third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Damiere Byrd on the return. The Patriots take over first and 10.
The Patriots ready to get the football back. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Newton and the Patriots with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. He'll fight his tight end here, Asiasi. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, You may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Newton. Got a man open. That's Harry. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
James White, the ball carrier.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
On the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Now Newton. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now it's Newton. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Devin Asiasi with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Patriots get a score closer.
Point conversion.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
7-yard pickup.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way. 2
minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's White. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Eric Armstead in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Catch is made by Harry. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
It leads to third down.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. They've got his man complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Boy, how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Now Gold for the extra point.
Point after.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
The conversion is no good on the paper.
I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Bird now ready to return it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Patriots take over first and 10.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Today's final score.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Niners, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they keep